Hi all you beautiful people. Let's continue our little series about iodine, which is essential for life and every single function in the body. So women who don't have enough iodine in their body risk having a baby that is brain damaged, because the whole development of the brain and the function of the brain needs iodine. So yeah, it works on every single function, and it works also on the immune system. So that's why iodine was used as a universal medicine, because when you have enough iodine in your body, your immune system is working well, which means that you don't get all these diseases. So the whole thing of people with cancer who are lacking iodine is because the iodine has not made their immune system strong. So basically we can say that because it also affects, of course, our beauty, because the more healthy you are, the more beautiful you are. And so if you wish to be more beautiful, if you wish to be stronger, if you wish to have more energy and a better digestion also, and you wish to have mental clarity and remember better and just altogether live a better life, make sure you have lots of iodine in your blood, in your body. So the little correction, I have a couple of corrections from the first video, because I'm really no expert at all. It's just I'm just learning as I go, and it's no big deal. But apparently the three things that we're talking about is fluoride, bromide, and chlorine, not chloride as I said, but it's also bromine and fluorine. So it's a little bit confusing, but really we don't need to know so much about the details of this. Basically what we need to know is just to simply get the iodine and take it in a way that it's comfortable for our bodies, and the body will work everything else out. So these different poisons that are in our environment, it's called chlorine and not chloride, but it doesn't really matter. So I'll go into more about how to take it. And also another correction was the magnesium oil. Now you can take magnesium in different forms, and you can go and look on the internet which form is best, but I have a little book about Candida. I think it's called Killing You So Sweetly. It's got this strawberry on the front. And the author there, who's been working with helping people heal Candida for many, many years, he suggests to use magnesium chloride, which is the magnesium oil. And most people say use the magnesium oil on your skin, but I find you need quite a lot. You need about 10 sprays, and you get very greasy on your skin, and I thought it was uncomfortable. All my bed linen got greasy, so I just take it in drops. So he says 10 drops magnesium oil morning, I think morning and evening, or 3 times a day. So I just do that, and magnesium oil is very natural, and I have no problem with it. So another thing, sea salt. The whole thing about iodized salt. And of course, I mean, if you're watching my videos, you know that I believe we should have sea salt, never refined salt, because refined salt does not exist in nature. It's not a natural food. It's not really a food. It's a chemical, something that's completely changed. Like the sugar. If you ever have raw sugar. Because we want the natural substance. And in sea salt, you're getting enormous amounts of elements from the ocean, and yeah, it's good to take. And apparently there's something called salt loading, and also salt flushing, where you take a lot of salt. And the salt loading, I think, is taking half a teaspoon of sea salt in a glass of water every half hour. If you have a headache or something, a lot of pain, I think cancer patients use it, and apparently it's a very powerful detoxifier also. as well as feeding our body with all these vital elements. So make sure you're getting sea salt while you're taking your iodine. That's just a part of the whole thing. So that was something I didn't tell you. Now let's go into the dosage. And yeah, when I started taking Lugol's iodine, I took a drop in the evening and I couldn't sleep all night. So it's just really, really powerful stuff, and it affects us very deeply, probably if we're really lacking it. So start off in the morning, take your drop in the morning if you have that problem that I had. Now it doesn't matter. And what you're doing, and I also have that from the Candida book, I can show you. What you're doing, because you use it for Candida also, because iodine kills Candida. When you have lots of iodine in your blood, you can't have Candida because it also kills parasites. So what we want to do is actually go up to a certain amount, which some people call the sweet spot. So you start off with 1 drop, and you might have to stay on that for a whole week, and then go to 2 drops. So you go very slowly, and what he says is to go up to 100 milligrams, which is 16 of the drops I'm taking, which is the 5% Lugol's iodine. So you go from 1 and you go up to 16, and really it depends on the body, of course. So what you're actually doing is sensing what's happening in my body. How do I feel? Do I feel more energy, more mental clarity? Do I feel good things happening in my body? And when you reach the point where you can feel that this is really good, and if you keep going, maybe you should stop on the 100 milligrams, just stop there. If you are feeling good, stay there and don't go any further. But if you want to try to go further, you go till you have the good feeling, and then when you've taken a little bit more, so you feel something coming back, you go back again. Because apparently if you just keep going upping the dose, the things that you had before will all come back. So it's a whole thing of hypo and hyperthyroidism. You don't want the body to have too much iodine, and you don't want it to have too little. But apparently people who are very sick, they're taking grams of it, so they're taking huge amounts of iodine. So it's not really something we should be nervous about. It's more actually having too little iodine. So yeah, so what more should I say about this wonderful, wonderful thing? Yeah, I'll make some more videos. I'll show you the book. So it's all really, really wonderful, wonderful stuff, and it's just, yeah, I just feel so encouraged, and I just feel so grateful also. You can get disappointed when you've had a lot of disease in your body, and to think about how many times you've been to the doctor and you've never been told. And it must be really hard for people who have cancer, especially the breast cancer. The prostate cancer comes often from the iodine deficiency, and you're so sick, and really you've just been lacking a mineral. Yeah, that's the thing I wanted to go into, is that not only when you're taking the iodine are you flushing out these very, very poisonous substances from your body, also radiation is being, because we'll all have radiation from the sea, from the air, from everywhere. It's being taken out of the body slowly, but you're also protecting your body from it. So you're simply, it's like going into a shelter. You're making this shelter around your body so that you're not affected by things in the same way anymore. You're not vulnerable to all this very bad stuff that's around us. Not that we should fear it, because we don't want to live in fear. That's not healthy. And really, fear is much more unhealthy than the iodine or iodine deficiency. So, and also, I mean, having the iodine in your home and I don't know enough about this, but I know that if there is a radioactive, what do you call it, suddenly there's a lot of radiation in the air, you can take a huge dose of the iodine and it will protect you from the radiation. So it's not that I go around thinking about this, but my goodness, this iodine is so good to have in your body and in your home. I'll finish now and have a beautiful day. See you.